Right. But so, yes,
I'm
later
British.
on, you finally make it up the hill. It's starting to get dark. And, yes, you take a rest there. And, what did I wrote? Oh, yes, the resistance members are okay. And after you've made it up the hill, they take their leave. And the mustached man says that they will return later with some supplies and information.
Good.
So yes, here comes the
Where
night.
are we going to rest?
We're going to make a small camp.
Fine.
But by that time, he said, because I noticed what time it should be, at least around 6 or 7 by this time.
Mm-hmm.
He says to the doctor, because it's easier to communicate with him. I'm afraid we will not be able to return before nightfall. We will have to ask you to wait here until morning, and then we will come. It is too risky to go out at night.
He nods, turns to his...
It is already difficult for us to move around without the Germans asking us questions, but if they see us at night, they will immediately arrest us.
He nods, and then turns to his teammates and goes, They say we have to wait until morning, because it's too dangerous to walk the roads when the Germans are... or the Germans will...
Yes, I understand completely. Also, it is
Tell
fine.
him we'll be here.
Indeed.
Alright.
So yes, you set up camp, I guess?
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. Making sure that
They
the campfire...
start setting up camp.
Ah, yes, shrapnel. Yes.
No, just they start setting up camp. Secret agent or special agent Smith is going to be patrolling the area around, making sure nobody gets through, and he's carrying a machine gun with him.
If you insist.
So are you going to stay up all night?
Special Agent Smith lightly sleeps.
Fisher. Alright. In that case, is the captain okay with that? So yes, converse.
Well, we're going to need to take watches. So it's about... I'll look at my watch to see exactly how late it is right now.
Yes, let's say it's you've eaten a bit. Let's say it's almost 8 o'clock by this time.
Alright, 8 o'clock. That will be at least 8 hours until sunup. They will need... I expect our fellows to be here around 12-ish. That means that there are 3 of us, so there will be 4 hours per watch.
Yes, but it's the beginning of July, so it's summer, so it's not quite dark yet. It's dusk. That's the word, right?
All right. Dusk. Yes, dusk. Twilight.
Yes.
Not a reference to a certain movie.
Of
I'd
course
say
not. Don't
that-
be silly.
I'd say that watches of 3 hours each would be beneficial. Meaning that one of us has to... Yes. One of us has to be awake in the middle of the night. Do we have any volunteers for that?
I'll do it.
No, actually, I think it's best if the doctor does it because he's not injured.
Yes, he's in the best shape. He has no wounds.
Yeah.
He's not tired.
Indeed, I actually do agree with that.
Fine.
And he's
I
a
look
pretty...
at-
And even Special Agent Fisher has to admit he's a pretty good shot for a doctor.
Fine. If they want to do it, then they can do it.
Jolly good. Now let's
Very
see.
well.
That would. Mr. Fisher, do you want the first or the last?
I'll take the first.
Oh, well,
Unfortunately,
then
the
I
doctor
shall-
has no ranks in notice.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But you've already decided. So, if I understand this correctly, Special Agent Fisher will be taking the first watch, the doctor the second, and the captain the last. Yes?
Indeed.
All right then.
And the
Starting
captain is going
now.
to, and the captain is going to put a hat over his eyes and try and get some sleep.
Yes. Mr.
Same
Fisher,
goes the doctor.
give me
Cover his eyes with something and
give me another fatigue roll. I mean a vigor roll.
Okay.
Because you've been going for quite a while. No, I said Mr. Fisher.
Oh, my
That's
apologies.
Richard. That's Richard.
I did not.
Another vigor roll.
Yes, indeed. Because you've been going for quite a while. Why are you so lucky?
Because I'm Mr. Fisher. That's what I do.
Yes, that's a 7. Even -2, that's a 5. That's enough. You do not get tired for some reason. You're invincible, apparently.
I'm Mr. Fisher, damn it.
Right, you are. Anyway, after 3 hours, it's your shift is done and over with, and it's time for the doctor.
Tum 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 tum.
You're waking up after 3 hours, and then you have to. Yes, it's your turn. Give
And
me
now
a
because-
give me a figure roll.
Okay. Keep rolling. Oh, come on. A 4 again.
Oh no! Wait, that's actually enough. That's actually enough.
Oh
You
wait,
got
never
lucky.
mind.
You got
To
lucky.
the first. That good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes, you. It seems to go off without a hitch. You hear some noises in the distance, like vehicles moving around, and you see some lights, but none get in your immediate vicinity. So you seem to be safe, at least for the time being. Yes.
Good.
And then it's the captain's turn, and by that time you have had time to rest a little bit. So let me remove this fatigue. Isn't that nice?
Rest a fair bit, in fact.
Jolly good.
You've got your strength back. And in fact, I'm not going to ask you for a vigor roll because you had 6 hours to sleep. So, and you as a military man, you're used on going on little sleep. So, I'm not going to ask you
Exactly,
for another
and I'm
vigor
also
roll.
used to being a guard, so
Yes.
I know how to keep myself occupied.
Yes, there
I
you go.
draw maps.
Yes, and actually, in the early morning, while you're still on a shift, the keeper suddenly asks you for a notice roll.
Thank God it wasn't for me.
Well, you can all roll, but you take pretty hefty penalties when you're asleep. So, if you want, you can roll.
I ace it.
Yes, of course.
I'm
gonna
gonna
say-
roll it just because I have a D4.
10.
So,
Yes, yes.
I'm
the captain
on
rolls a
it.
10. That's pretty high.
Fisher doesn't take penalties for sleeping because he
Yeah.
always...
Sorry,
I get nothing.
I am actually on
No.
a 9 due to my wound penalty.
The doctor and the special agent are soundly asleep. They hear nothing. As for the captain, you hear some rustling in the bushes. There's someone seems to be approaching. What do you do?
I will I put my hand on the mouth of the one that's closest to me and nudge him awake. And that would be the good doctor, by chance.
Oh boy. He
Alright.
wakes up. Not
Somewhat-
as springingly as
Mhm.
the captain, but wakes up regardless.
Someone is approaching, and then I level my new machine gun towards the rustling and wait.
Ooh.
It could very well be our allies.
Yeah, I think the high power still has. I recall having 5 bullets left, unless it was fired in my absence.
I do believe so. Let me double check.
My notes say it has 5 bullets left.
Yes, I believe that's true.
Okay. Well, in that case, he draws the gun, points it at the same direction.
All right. Yes. And you wait and wait, and yes, you hear the figure getting closely. And suddenly a figure emerges out of the bushes carrying a large bag. Hey, wait, he looks slightly familiar. Wasn't he one of the Resistance members from before?
Considering he's alone, I'm going to go out on a limb. Yes, he is our supply officer. And I'll greet him with a Guten Morgen.
He immediately drops the bag. He holds up his hands and he shouts in Czech. No! Don't shoot! I've come to bring you supplies.
And that's why I'm glad I picked the doctor.
The doctor lowers his gun and says, "Oh, it's fine. He brings supplies."
I'll lower my gun as well.
Whew.
Smiling and motioning him over to the campfire.
Yes.
See?
He comes towards the doctor and says we have brought you food supplies, and he hands you like a bag with some bread, some dried meat, and things like that. And he also hands you a couple of bottles of water. They seem to be at one point you think they have been they look like wine bottles, but at the moment they are filled with water.
All right.
I almost feel like putting a prank on Special Agent Sam Fisher.
But yes, you brought some food, and this is actually good timing because you were starting to run low anyway.
Yes.
Indeed, and of course this is fresh-ish food.
Exactly,
Which
it looks like freshly baked bread. The meat is dried, but it looks like it looks pretty tasty. Oh yes, and there's some cheese, of course, there as well.
Oh, finally. Military rations are fine and dandy.
Yes, indeed.
But they do not compare to the taste of freshly baked bread.
Unfortunately, no tea.
No!
We still have some of our own.
Yes, indeed. And he brought you water, so.
Indeed.
And
I'll
he's
invite our supply bringer to sit down and have breakfast with us.
And he rustles through his bag and he gets out some bandages and gives it to the doctor. And he said, "I'm sorry, this is all we could miss. Unfortunately, there's no none of the threads you actually needed to, because that's what you've been using a lot."
Mm-hmm.
To stitch people up.
Yes. That's actually what you needed the most. The bandages are welcome, but you needed to thread the most.
All right. He frowns a bit and goes, "It's okay, thank you." Wrong.
And of course, some antiseptic material. I don't know what you usually use, but yes, something to disinfect wounds
Iodine?
with. Yeah, for instance, something to disinfect wounds with. You could have really used that, but unfortunately, only bandages.
Okay.
We can always
It's better than nothing. So.
Yes, indeed.
Oh
So
well.
then-
And I'll ask our Czech friend, how goes the search for the good father?
He looks a little bit confused and immediately looks to the doctor.
Finding he referenced the man you mentioned has been to the castle before.
Yes, the Father Andre has been to the castle. That's what you heard.
Yeah, and that's what he's asking. Have they heard?
No, he
about
looks
the
like
guy?
he doesn't understand what the captain is saying. That's what I mean.
Oh.
That's
my
why
German
he's
is not
looking
good
to
enough.
you.
Well, he translates what the captain asked.
Ah, yes, of course. And he says, yes. We have contacted him, but no word yet. We will come back when the time is there.
Okay. And
Excellent.
of course, he relays that to his teammates.
In that case, it would seem we should go have a look at the castle from afar.
Are you certain that's wise?
No, actually, it would be wisest if our special agent would do that, since he should have the best stealth training.
You mean the special agent who got you into that large firefight before?
Oh well, I can't possibly fail, so I'll do it myself.
You are in better physical shape than him.
Indeed.
You have actually no idea how the man's still standing. I mean, he carried you up the hill the last night, and how does he do it?
Fevered strength.
Yes.
He's about to keel over.
Would I have healed any points at this point from resting completely?
I'll be right back.
No, you don't heal. If you had, you've actually need multiple days to heal wounds. Sorry.
Okay.
If you had any fatigue, you might have lost some fatigue, like the captain, but you had no points of fatigue. So, in any case, when you wake up, you are greeted by the pleasant news of freshly baked bread. Certainly beats rations.
Eh.
Wow, you are such a bad role player at times.
No, my character's like really bread. Okay. And he takes it and he mixes it with his MRE.
He just wants to get the mission over with as quickly as possible and go home. That's probably the only thing interesting him at the moment.
And your bright and cheery captain is enjoying the bread and the cheese and the water,
Yes.
Commenting on how fine the food it is in German.
And the young man, he wishes you a nice breakfast, and then he says he's going to get going again because, yes, of course, he can't be out in the forest for too long, or the Germans will think he's suspicious. They're like that.
Ah, yes, indeed. Not a problem.
Yes, he will run off back to his bike. Unless, of course, you want to stop him for some reason.
No.
Nope. He's done his job, and I don't think we should bother him anymore.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I said it was early in the morning, but he arrived there around 7-ish.
Ah, yes, very early in the morning.
Yes. There was already enough light for him to see where he was going.
Right. I advise my comrades to take out the clip in their submachine guns and start counting their bullets.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I do it.
And I'm going.
Did the doctor take one? Because he has a fair amount of ammunition in his Enfield. Oh well, pulls out the clip and starts counting.
Let me see. Mr. Fisher's gun only had 9 bullets left in it. Lucky that you checked. And the doctor's gun has let's see. Well, you seem to be lucky. Yours still has 24 shots left in it.
Ooh, nice.
And you each have 2 extra clips. Don't forget. That are still full.
Then I suggest you two switch clips.
Yeah, he pulls out the somewhat fresh magazine and holds it over to this fish agent.
Minus 1 bullet then, because one of those bullets is already loaded. You know how it works.
Yeah, 23.
Unless, of course, you want to get that one out and put it back into the cartridge.
No, that's way too much of a hassle for the actual effort.
Actually,
he says, "Here, you take this clip. Here, you take this magazine. It has more ammunition. I have my rifle still."
And of course, then you can use your 9 clips, put it with the 24 put the 9 bullets into the 24 clip, thus having an extra mag.
Yes.
Yeah, actually.
Yes. Go ahead and say what you want to say.
I think the doctor might just reload the gun with a fresh magazine, hand the spent one to the agent as well, and say, "Here, you take this too. I have plenty ammo. I'll just..." And then he reloads the gun.
Alright.
Fisher pockets the clips and nods to the doctor.
Oh, wait! Before he does that, he pulls out one clip, one round from the magazine and hands it over. Take this too.
Let's see, that will be 34 plus 9. would be 33. There will be 1 bullet left. I'll take the single bullet left for my own, if that's fine with you all.
I don't.
Take it.
I agree with that. Do it.
Take it. I have no. I'm.
And that way we do not have a clip with only 1 bullet.
Alright, very well.
And we toss the empty clip because we have no use for it.
Yeah, why would we want to keep it around? It's useless.
To distract
It would
the
only
enemy.
serve
actually
for
take the
confusion.
clip. I take the clip before you toss it. I might have a use for it, and I put it away.
Yes, you can distract an enemy with it.
True. However, as long as you do not mix it with the full clips. It would be rather hilarious if you reload your gun and only find the new clip going click click as well.
It's in a pocket in my lapel that I know is not used for anything, so
Jolly
it's in
good.
there.
Damn it. In that case, I bid you good fellows a good day. I'm going to have a look at the castle.
I'll come with you.
Perhaps that would be... no. Our doctor is the most important man on this mission right now, for he can see to our wounds. And besides, one person is much more likely to go unnoticed.
Captain?
Yes, indeed, that is what I am.
You do realize that you are not suited for reconnaissance, do you not?
Well, I may not have had your training, but I went hunting as a young boy, so I still remember some of those lessons. I'll be fine.
Yes, you've been in reconnaissance operations before.
Fine.
Okay, fine.
You say so.
I'll take the
I'm not gonna
binoculars.
argue with you.
Thank
Well,
you.
you shouldn't, he's a
Oh.
commanding officer.
Yeah.
I rule for
Yeah,
a
but
reason.
Fisher feels that it's a big waste of time, as he'd be able to see more than the captain, is what he thinks.
Alright.
Possibly.
Because that's his job, is to notice things.
Alright. But in any case, so, cutting this short, the captain then departs and the rest of you stay to guard the camp, right?
Yes.
No,
What do you mean, no?
I move a little bit outside of the camp and I keep an eye on the captain through the ground scope.
He might actually
doable.
be able to pull that off because you are being up on a hill and all that.
And to be fair, I'm not going to go visit the castle up close. I'm going to find a very secluded spot, crawl over a hillock or through a bush or something, and look at the castle from afar using binoculars to try and find out how.
All right. I get it.
Trolls.
I get it. Okay,
Yes.
right.
I want to figure out how the patrol routes go.
Yes. We know. Now be quiet. I'm trying to move on the story. In any case, meanwhile, in Castle Karlstein, our professor is waking up from his very short rest. And you don't feel very well, Dries.
Yes, my head.
You have a splitting headache.
I feel like one of those zombies.
Yes, for instance. But indeed, you are not feeling too well. You're still in your room. What do?
I get up, I freshen up a little if there is water.
Yes, there's still some water in that bowl on the table over there.
And after that I go sit on the edge of my bed and staring out into the distance like a zombie.
So you're not planning on doing anything?
Not quite yet.
Alright, you're feeling quite hungry though. Maybe some food will relieve that horrible headache you're suffering from.
I go to the door and ask if I can have some food.
Yes.
Ask for some brain.
Immediately, the soldier on the other side responds and opens the door, and he immediately goes. Jawohl, Herr Professor. Please, you come with me.
Alrighty then.
Yes, and it's indeed the
I
young man
promise.
from last night.
Have you been standing here all night?
No, Herr Professor. Somebody relieved me for night duty.
That is good. Yes, and I follow suit.
Yes, indeed. And while you're moving through the castle hallways, you notice a heavy-set man with a beard coming past, and he seems to be muttering to himself. He looks like a man who had to work all night long, because you notice he has he looks extremely tired, and you notice that he seems to be wearing a white apron of sorts that seems to be covered with red stains. He's wearing a military uniform, though.
Probably patching up all the guys you have been shooting.
Who knows?
No, he's been taking their bodies apart and putting them back together to create an army of Frankensteins.
No, that would be Dr. von Kammerstein, and that's not Dr. von Kammerstein. He looks like a combat medic of sorts.
I say my previous statement.
In any case, I guess you walk on. Alright. Yes, you are then taken to the same room where last night you had dinner with the Hauptmann and Dr. von Kammerstein. But this time there's no one there. But shortly after you arrive, the maid from last night shows up. She looks very nervous to see you, and she says, Herr Professor, what can I do for you? And she bows. No, she curtsies.
I would like to have
Curtsies.
some food
Yes, there we
and
go.
some
Thank
drink,
you.
please.
What did you say? I was still tripping over my words.
Some food and some drink, please.
Yes, right away, Herr Professor. And she quickly walks off.
Is there some food on the table?
No. Oh, wait, no. And then she stops and she immediately comes back and she says, what would you like to drink, Herr Professor?
Oh, some coffee would be fine.
Yes, coffee, of course. Yes. And would you like to eat some bread or anything special?
The usual, probably.
Virgins.
Virgins.
Yeah, she looks very hesitant when you say the usual. She doesn't know quite how to respond to that.
Whatever you're feeding, Herr Kammerstein.
Yes,
Virgins.
yes, of course, Herr Professor. And she quickly walks off. And the soldier, of course, stands guard at the door, keeping an eye on you.
Of course.
By the way, he's always holding a rifle, just so you know.
And while I'm waiting for my food, I'm going to over the doctor's notes again.
They still make little sense to you, unless, of course, you... And then again, your head hurts. Do you want to think about it some more?
I take a look at the notes, I feel my headache, and I go like, not now.
Alright. You are feeling very curious, though, but your hunger and your fatigue takes priority over your curiousness. Yes. Shortly thereafter, a fresh cup of coffee is brought for you.